Hi, my name is Glenn Garns, and I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this lesson that I call The Opportunity in Unemployment. Now, believe it or not, there actually is a good deal of opportunity for people that find themselves unemployed right now. But the problem is that most of us don't see it because we perceive unemployment as being a negative thing. We want to help you through this lesson to see a glass is half full, if not overflowing, approach to your unemployment situation. Now, just to give you a little bit of background on me, I actually work with small business owners to help them to get started, to create businesses and to start up, and to also market those businesses both on and off the web. So I get a chance to see and talk to a lot of business people, especially people that are just getting started in business. And I know that one of the biggest challenges that most business owners face is getting started. And the number one reason that they don't get started is fear. And fear is the thing that probably more than anything else should motivate us to take action, because the truth is that it's doing nothing that creates and perpetuates the fear. So understand that part of the building blocks of your success in business could be just understanding and grappling with and dealing with fear. We have fear of poverty, fear of success, fear of all kinds of things. But I know from experience that the fastest way to deal with the fears that we have in our lives is to engage in activity. So what I want to talk with you here, we're going to start building our little success story here. And I can tell you right now that one of the fastest ways to overcome fears is to get training, especially picking up new skills. A lot of us are stuck in jobs where we learned how to do one thing and that's all we've ever learned how to do. And so when that thing is taken away, we of course feel like there's nothing else that we can do. And that's where the fear starts to come into play. What do we do now? What does our future hold? So one of the first things that we want to be open to doing is learning. And if you take the time to learn new things, you will find that the fear will subside because you start to see opportunity for yourself. There's a number of different ways that we learn, so let me share those with you. We have traditional learning, which is normally classroom learning or watching a lesson like you see here, reading a book, or taking a course. Of course, that's all good and it's important to do that. But one of the most important ways that we learn is through activity. And activity knowledge is special because it's basically on-the-job training or actually implementing the things that you learned. You see, you can only sit in a classroom so long before you get to the point where it's all theory. Until you get out in the real world and start applying what you've learned, you don't even know if it's going to work. But activity knowledge gives you the confidence to know that it will work, but it also helps you to understand where it's relevant. So again, learning in the classroom setting and engaging activity are two steps to getting to your success, to your level of success. Now, the next form of learning is what we call modeling learning or modeling knowledge. That's where you take a look at what somebody else that you know that's doing something you'd like to do is doing, find out what they did to get there, and then you model yourself after them. This is where mentorships are helpful. If you'd like to do something, if you'd like to be in your own business, find someone that's doing it and ask them to mentor you with it. A lot of people, you'd be surprised how many people will be helpful to you, even if they consider you to be a competitor, because if they have confidence in what they're doing, they don't really worry about competition. The bottom line is you should be seeking out someone that's achieved a level of success that you're looking for and find out what they did to do it. Now, the last way that we learn, and this is one of my favorites, is through teaching, and that's what I'm doing here. Teaching knowledge is important because it gives you the ability to learn that subject matter even better, because if you have to be prepared to share concepts and training and teaching with somebody else well enough for them to understand it, you then master that subject even better yourself. So we overcome fear by engaging in learning new skills. New skills are learned through traditional book learning, classroom learning, but through activity, modeling, and teaching what we learn as well. So again, these are all things that you need to do on your way to achieving success. Now, the payoff for this is going to be huge at the end of this, and I want to explain to you why that's important. Because a lot of you are thinking, well, I don't have time to go out and learn these things. But when you think about it, you're not spending 24 hours a day looking for a job. So what do you really have else that's more important than learning new skills and making yourself more valuable? If you're not willing to take the time to make yourself more valuable by learning new skills, why should an employer hire you? And if you did take the time to do this, you probably wouldn't have to be sitting around waiting for an employer to hire you, because you'd be able to do your own thing and have you be the boss. So once you've learned some new skills and picked up some things that you can then market to other people, the important thing about getting started in a business is to have a plan. Everybody needs to start with a plan. And unfortunately, most business owners don't start with a plan. They have great ideas, but they really haven't thought through completely how they're going to implement those ideas, how they're going to create their business, how they're going to market their business, how they're going to attract their ideal client, how they're going to monetize the products and services that they offer. So we all want to have a plan, but there's another step in the process once you have your plan in place, and that's to get out and execute the plan. We call that do. So once you have a plan, you want to get out and implement the plan through, again, activity. See how activity continues to play a role in everything that we do. Now, as we're out doing, we're going to get a result. And that result is either going to be poor, average, or great. And as we see the results that we get, we have to be prepared to make adjustments. So one of the processes that we want to go through is being willing to review the results that we're getting. So plan, do, review. We go out, we create our plan. We then go out and implement the plan, and then we take a look at the results we're getting. If the results are not good, then we're going to make adjustments based on the experience that we gained in the process of implementing the plan. And if the results are good, then we're going to find a way to do more of what's working to get better results. And that's the entire process. That's the process of being successful in business, is plan, do, review. If you do that consistently, after picking up some skills that people will pay you for, then you're going to find yourself in a position to be very successful. And that's what everyone is looking for. We want to be successful. So with that in mind, if you've been wondering what the formula for success is and where the opportunity may be for you to have your own business, be glad that you've got some time to think about that during the period of time that you're currently unemployed, because you could be making these preparatory steps while you're looking for a full-time job. And perhaps by the time you actually find a full-time job, if you get this right, you won't need one. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you have other questions about how to make this happen, feel free to give me a call. You can visit my website at glengarns.com, www.glengarns.com. That's 2 N's in Glenn, Garnes. You can also contact me directly at 800-306-6488, extension 1. I hope this has been a help to you. I'll look forward to finding a way to be of service to you. Thanks for watching.